My beloved child, listen carefully to these words, because I know your heart has been carrying a weight that no one else can fully see. You have been wondering why someone's energy around you changed, why someone you once trusted became distant, cold, or confusing. You have felt it in your spirit that something is not right, and you have been asking in silence, God, show me the truth. Tell me who is really for me and who secretly wants me gone from their life. I see every silent question, every tear you didn't let fall, every moment you pretended to be okay while your heart was quietly breaking. You are not invisible to me. Your pain is not ignored. I am speaking to you now so that you will stop torturing your heart with confusion and start walking in clarity, strength, and peace. You must understand this. Not everyone you love has the capacity to love you back in the way your soul deserves. Some people are not strong enough, not healed enough, or not honest enough to handle the light inside you. They may smile at you, talk to you, and act normal on the outside, but in their heart they are already detached, already gone, already building a life where you do not exist. They may not say it with their mouth, but with their actions they are whispering, "Disappear from my life." This silent wish is not always shouted. Sometimes it is hidden in how they treat you, how they ignore you, how they avoid responsibility, how they withdraw their effort and presence while still wanting the benefits of having you near. I do not reveal this to you so that you become bitter, but so that you become free. You have been asking for a name, a face, a direct answer, but hear me. I will not place a human name in your mind like a weapon of accusation. Instead, I will shine a light on patterns, behaviors, and feelings, so that you may recognize the truth yourself. The person who wants you to disappear from their life is the one whose actions repeatedly make you feel like a burden instead of a blessing, like an option instead of a priority, like a temporary convenience instead of a valued soul. This is the one who drains your peace, confuses your mind, and leaves you feeling small, unworthy, or unwanted after every interaction. It may be someone close. It may be someone you admired deeply. It may be someone you kept defending, even to your own heart. But I am telling you now, love does not consistently crush your spirit, love does not rejoice in your silence, love does not secretly hope that you vanish just to make their life easier. Archangel Michael stands as a symbol of my protection around you. When you feel that strong inner warning, that sudden discomfort, that unexplained heaviness when you think of or see someone, do not ignore it. That is my spirit gently pulling you back from emotional danger. You are not crazy. You are not overreacting. You are discerning. You have sensed that someone wants distance from you. Not in a healthy, respectful way, but in a way that wishes you would just fade out so they do not have to face what they did, what they said, or how they failed you. This is why they avoid honest conversation. This is why they give half-truths. This is why they keep you close enough to use your loyalty, but far enough to not give you real security. But listen closely, I am not revealing this so that you chase them, beg them or fight for a place in their life. I am speaking so that you finally allow yourself to step back with dignity. You have tried for too long to prove your worth to someone who has already decided in their heart that they don't want to hold you properly. You have lowered your standards, silenced your own needs, and delayed your own healing just to keep peace with someone who carries secret resentment or secret rejection. You have done enough. You are not meant to sacrifice your mental peace at the altar of someone else's indecision. You deserve relationships where you are not feared, envied, used, or tolerated, but seen, honored, respected, and truly loved. There is a part of you that is afraid. What if I let go and I end up alone? What if I misjudge them? What if I am the problem? My child, I know these fears. I have watched you replay every conversation in your mind, wondering where you went wrong, blaming yourself for their coldness and distance. But I need you to hear this with all your heart: you are not the villain in every story. Yes, you have flaws. Yes, you have made mistakes. But the desire of someone to erase you from their life is not a reflection of your lack of value, it is a reflection of their inability to handle your presence, your truth, or your light. Some people want you gone because your sincerity exposes their dishonesty, your loyalty exposes their selfishness, your faithfulness exposes their inconsistency. They want to be free of the mirror you unknowingly hold up to their soul. I am not calling you to hate them. I am not calling you to seek revenge, spread gossip, or prove a point. I am calling you to release them. To let go from your heart, even if your mind still revisits the memories. To stop trying to convince them of your worth. To stop bending yourself into shapes that don't belong to you just to fit into a space they have already emotionally emptied. When someone wants you to disappear, the most powerful thing you can do is not crumble, not chase, but choose instead to rise, to heal, and to redirect your love. You are not disappearing, you are being repositioned. You are not being erased, you are being protected from a future where your soul would be slowly crushed by constant rejection. You have noticed small signs, delayed replies, cold eyes, forced smiles, canceled plans, a lack of excitement when they see you, a change in their tone, strange silence after your good news. No real joy when you win, no real comfort when you are in pain. You have felt your spirit sink as you realized you are the one always reaching out, always trying, always holding the connection together. This is not how I designed you to live. Relationships should not feel like you are begging at a closed door. Love should not feel like you are pleading for crumbs of attention, time, or care. If they want distance, let them have it. I am not reducing your life to the limits of their heart. I have more for you than the love you are trying so hard to force from someone who is already turning away internally. Archangel Michael's urgency over you in this moment is not about fear, it is about timing. This is the hour for you to wake up to your worth. This is the hour to stop planting your heart in soil that has already decided it does not want to nourish you. Do you remember how many nights you stayed awake thinking about them, praying for them, worrying about what you did wrong? Do you remember how many times you forgave silently, accepted disrespect silently, tolerated inconsistency silently, because you were afraid that speaking your truth would make them finally let you go completely? Child, they already did in their heart. The version of them you are holding on to lives in your memory more than in reality. You are trying to resurrect something that I am allowing to die because it is not aligned with where I am taking you next. There is someone, somewhere, who will see you as the miracle that you are, not as a burden to be escaped. There are friendships, partnerships, and connections that I have ordained for you where your presence will feel like peace, not pressure. But you cannot receive what I am preparing while your hands are still desperately clutching what is slipping away. The person who wants you to disappear is not your final chapter. Even if you once believed they were your forever, understand this: I write stories that go beyond the characters you thought would never leave. I am the author of your life, and I do not stop at betrayal, rejection, or abandonment. Where they exit, I enter with restoration. Where they withdraw, I pour in new strength, new people, new opportunities, and new love. You are still asking inside, but who is it, God? Just tell me clearly. Hear me gently. Clarity will come not as a loud voice shouting a name, but as a deep knowing in your spirit when you match these words to their actions. You already feel it. You have been feeling it. The truth is not far from you, it has been knocking on the door of your heart for some time. Stop silencing it. Stop explaining away the signs. Stop making excuses for patterns that are hurting you. Pay attention to how you feel after talking to them. Pay attention to whether they bring calm or confusion, peace or chaos, support or subtle destruction. In those feelings lies the answer you seek. I am protecting you from conversations you never heard, from decisions you were never told about, from attitudes that would have broken you even more if you had seen them clearly. I am not exposing everything at once because your heart is tender, and I know how deeply you love. But I am giving you enough light to walk away. Enough strength to reclaim your power. Enough peace to say, I release you in love, but I will not reduce myself to stay where I am not wanted. You are allowed to close doors that keep wounding you. You are allowed to say no to the person who secretly wants your absence more than your presence. You are allowed to protect your heart. Do not think that walking away makes you cold or unloving. You can forgive and still create distance. You can bless someone and still move on. You can wish them healing while no longer allowing them to have continuous access to your emotions. This is not hatred, this is wisdom. This is not cruelty, this is self-respect. I have been trying to lead you into this wisdom for a long time. Every discomfort, every heavy feeling, every moment of inner conflict was my gentle tug on your soul saying, "Wake up, my child. This is not where your joy lives. This is not where your future is safe. You fear being misunderstood. You fear that if you pull back, they will blame you, talk about you, or make themselves the victim. But hear this, I see the full truth. I know what happened when no one was watching. I know where your intentions were pure and theirs were divided. I know where you tried to make things work and they quietly began packing their heart away from you. You do not need their approval to honor your healing. You do not need their permission to rise. You do not need them to admit what they did or how they felt before you choose yourself and walk toward the life I am calling you to. I have seen you sitting alone, replaying every word you ever said to them, trying to locate the exact moment they stopped wanting you. But their decision is not your failure. Sometimes people cannot carry the weight of your presence because they have not yet learned how to carry the weight of their own truth. They want relief, not responsibility. They want comfort, not accountability. They want freedom, but they do not want to face how their choices affect the hearts around them. So instead of standing in honesty and saying, I am not able to love you the way you need, they distance themselves, send mixed signals, hold back affection, and silently hope you will get tired and disappear by yourself. You felt this. You sensed this. That is why you are reading these words right now. I am telling you. Do not disappear from your own life just because someone quietly wished you would disappear from theirs. Do not shrink. Do not go dark. Do not stop being kind, loving, generous, and open-hearted. Their inability to value you must not turn you into a prisoner of self-doubt. Instead, let this be the turning point where you finally realize how precious your presence is. If someone cannot see it, that is their loss, not your identity. You are not too much. You are not asking for the impossible. You are simply expecting a level of love and respect that matches the depth of your soul. That is not wrong, that is holy, so hear me as I speak this over you. You are being released, not rejected. You are being redirected, not discarded. Where they wanted distance, I am bringing you closer to my heart. Where they wanted space without you, I am opening spaces filled with people who can actually see who you are. Where they secretly hoped you would fade out from their story, I am writing you into chapters of joy, purpose, and beauty that they never had the capacity to walk beside you in. You are not being erased, you are being rewritten into something greater. In this very moment, let your heart breathe. You do not need to keep chasing clarity from humans. You do not need to wait for them to confess what they truly feel or admit that they wanted you gone. You already have the only clarity that matters. This connection does not nourish your soul, does not honor your heart, does not reflect my love for you. That is enough to step back. That is enough to make a different choice. That is enough to say, I bless you, but I release you. I will not stay in a place where my presence is silently resented. Archangel Michael, as a sign of my protection, stands before you in this message to remind you, you are not alone in this shift. As you loosen your grip on what hurts, my hand holds you even tighter. As you close one door with trembling hands, I am already preparing another to open. As you mourn what could have been, I am quietly aligning what will be. Trust this process. Trust this redirection. Trust that I am not cruel with your heart, I am careful with it. Trust that I see what you do not see, and I am moving you away from deeper heartbreak you cannot yet imagine. One day, you will look back and realize that the person who wanted you to disappear actually gave you a strange gift. Their rejection pushed you into a season of self-discovery, healing, and elevation that you might never have entered if they had pretended to love you well. You will look back and thank me not for their actions, but for the way I shielded you from staying attached to what was slowly breaking you. You will see that losing their presence made room for my presence in greater measure in your decisions, your relationships, your dreams. For now, I ask you to do this: stop chasing what is walking away. Stop begging to stay in places where your spirit keeps shrinking. Stop dimming the light I placed inside you to make others comfortable. Let the truth settle gently in your heart. The one who wants you to disappear from their life is not the one I have chosen as the keeper of your heart. Do not hand them that power. Do not kneel at the feet of their silence, hoping it will suddenly turn into love. Stand up. Stand tall. Stand in the dignity I have given you. You are mine. That is your first identity, your truest name, your deepest belonging. No human rejection can cancel my acceptance of you. No heart that closes can close the doors I am opening for you. No one's desire for your absence can override my desire to see you fully alive, fully loved, fully walking in the purpose I crafted for you before you were even born. Let them let you go if that is what they wish, but you, my beloved child, will not disappear. You will rise. You will heal. You will shine, that am why, beloved child. Listen carefully, because I am speaking to you now, and I am using this very moment to reach into the place where you are hurting, confused, and questioning. You have been wondering why someone's energy toward you suddenly changed, why their words became cold even while their smile stayed polite, why you feel like an inconvenience in a space you once called safe. You have been sensing something is wrong, but you keep pushing it away, hoping it is all in your head, hoping that with enough love, enough patience, enough sacrifice, everything will return to normal. Yet I, the Lord your God, see what you cannot see clearly, and I have sent Archangel Michael to stand beside you and whisper the truth that your heart has been afraid to accept. There is a person in your life who does not want to walk with you into the future I am preparing for you. This person, in the silence of their heart, wants you to disappear from their life, not because you are evil, not because you are unworthy, but because the light I placed inside you makes it uncomfortable for them to continue in the shadows they have chosen. They do not understand your calling, they do not respect your spirit, and they do not value the depth of your love the way I do. They have enjoyed your presence, benefited from your kindness, leaned on your strength, but now they feel threatened by your growth, intimidated by your resilience, and burdened by the responsibility of truly loving you the way you deserve. I have watched you crying behind closed doors, wondering what you did wrong, replaying conversations, searching for the moment everything changed. I have seen you asking yourself if you are too much or not enough, if you demanded too much of their time, if you cared too deeply, if you should have been quieter, more distant, less expressive. But hear me now, you did not break this connection with your love. They began to withdraw when the light in you started to expose the darkness in them. You are not the problem, my child. You are not the curse. You are a blessing that they are failing to recognize. Archangel Michael has been trying to tell you this urgently because your spirit has lingered too long at a door I am preparing to close. You feel the heaviness when you wait for their message, the sinking feeling when they ignore your calls, the sharp sting when your name no longer lights up their face the way it once did. You feel their distance. You feel the coldness. You sense their annoyance even behind polite words. And yet you keep hoping. You keep waiting for a sign that everything will go back to what it was. But I am telling you now, I am not taking you backward. I am only moving you forward. The name of this person lives in your chest even as you read this. You do not need me to write it here in letters for you to know who it is. Your heart already spoke their name when your eyes fell upon this message. You felt a sharp pull in your spirit. A sudden tightness, a mixture of pain and revelation. That is how you know. I, the Lord your God, will not place their name in front of the world, because I protect even those who mishandle you, but I am unveiling them in your spirit with such clarity that you can no longer deny what you already know. Archangel Michael stands beside you like a mighty warrior, and he is not here to scare you, he is here to guard you. He has been stirring your spirit, making you feel restless in certain conversations, making you uncomfortable when you try to force laughter around this person, making you feel drained after meeting them, even when you didn't talk about anything serious. These are not random emotions. These are spiritual alarms. Your soul does not feel safe where your heart is trying to stay. This person wants you to disappear from their life because your presence confronts their inconsistency. Your loyalty confronts their selfishness. Your honesty confronts their deception. Your faithfulness confronts their instability. Instead of rising higher, they choose to shrink away from the reflection they see in you, because next to your sincerity, their half-hearted love feels exposed. Rather than grow, rather than heal, rather than face themselves in the mirror of your love, they have chosen to slowly step back and hope you fade from their story. God says, "My child, stop chasing those who are quietly asking the universe to erase you from their path. Stop pouring from your soul into a cup that is being secretly emptied behind your back. Stop trying to resurrect a bond that I myself am allowing to die, because it cannot travel with you into the destiny I am shaping for you. When I remove people, it is never to leave you abandoned, it is always to lead you toward those who can love you with the same depth and honesty that you offer. You have excused their behavior again and again. You have said, they are busy. You have said, they are going through a lot. You have said, they just need time. You have told yourself stories to protect your heart from the sharp truth. And I, who am gentle with your heart, allowed you that time. I let you process. I let you cry. I let you hope. But now I am placing this message in front of you as a holy interruption. It is not to shame you, it is to free you. You feel like if you let go, you will lose something irreplaceable. You fear that if you accept the truth, you will never feel loved again. But I, your God, am telling you that this is a lie the enemy has wrapped around your mind. The love I have ordained for you is not fragile, not hidden, not ashamed, not secret, not half-present. The love I am preparing for you is bold, secure, consistent, and proud to stand beside you, not wishing you away in silence. You are not meant to be an option that someone secretly regrets. You are my chosen child, and anyone who stands beside you must recognize that they are standing beside a treasure I have hand-formed. There is a heaviness inside you when you think about the conversations you never had, the explanations you never received, the sudden distance you never understood. That heaviness is grief for the version of them that existed only in your hopes, not in reality. You are not grieving who they truly are, you are grieving who you thought they were going to become for you. And I am gently, but firmly, peeling away that illusion so you can stop waiting for someone who has already stepped out of the place you held for them in your future. God says, I have seen the messages you type and delete. I have seen the way your heart races when their name appears on your phone, only to crash when the conversation is short, dry, or dismissive. I have seen you stare at their profile, at their photo, at their posts, trying to read between the lines, trying to decipher if they still care. My child, when love is right, you will not have to decode it like a secret language. It will speak clearly. It will arrive honestly. It will not treat you like an obligation. Archangel Michael is trying to get your attention because the more you cling to those who do not want you, the more doors you close to those who are praying for someone exactly like you. Yes, there are souls praying for your kind of heart. There are people asking me to send them someone genuine, someone honest, someone loyal, someone spiritually awake. But your hands are still tightly wrapped around someone who is silently wishing to be free from you. How can I place the right hand in yours while you keep locking yourself into the wrong one? This is a divine intervention in your thought pattern. This is me, God, stepping into your spiraling overthinking and saying, enough. Enough blaming yourself for another person's inability to love you properly. Enough shrinking your light so they will not feel overwhelmed by your presence. Enough apologizing for having needs like any human soul. Enough making their comfort more important than your peace. Your peace matters to me. Your heart matters to me. Your future matters to me. You have asked me, God, give me a sign if I should let this person go. And I am answering you right now. This is your sign. This is your confirmation. This is your clarity. This is the voice you have been waiting to hear above the noise of your fear. I am not the God of confusion. Where my will is, there is peace. Where my blessing flows, there is alignment. Where my hand rests, there is mutual love and respect. When all you feel is anxiety, hunger, and emotional starvation, that is not my design. This person has already begun to rewrite the story in their mind. They have told themselves that you will be fine without them, that you will find someone else, that you are strong enough to carry this pain on your own. They have decided for you that you do not need closure, that you do not need a proper goodbye. But I am your God, and I will not let their careless exit be the final word over your heart. I am stepping in to give you the closure they were too immature, too fearful, or too selfish to provide. The name of this person, the one who wants you to disappear from their life, is written on your memories, but I am rewriting your future without them. Do not try to force yourself back into a chapter 1 I'm already closing. Do not climb back into a room I have locked, not to punish you, but to protect you. I am not just removing them, I am repositioning you. I am lifting you out of a narrative where you are silently unwanted and placing you into a story where your presence is celebrated. God says, I know it hurts. I know it feels like a rejection that cuts deep into your identity. I know you are asking, what is wrong with me? But I need you to hear me loudly and clearly. There is nothing wrong with you for being capable of deep love. There is nothing wrong with you for wanting commitment. There is nothing wrong with you for desiring honesty. Their inability to hold your heart is not a verdict against your worth, it is a reflection of their capacity, not your value. Archangel Michael is wrapping his wings around you now, shielding you from the lies that try to take root in your mind. Thoughts that say you are unwanted, throw them down. Thoughts that say you are replaceable, throw them down. Thoughts that say you will never be truly loved, throw them down. These are not my thoughts. My thoughts toward you are full of hope, plans, and a future where you are embraced, not tolerated. You have stayed in this emotional waiting room long enough. You have checked your spiritual clock 1,000 times, telling yourself that maybe tomorrow they will come back the way you need them to. But your tomorrow cannot look like yesterday. I am not calling you to cycle through the same pain disguised as patience. I am calling you out. I am calling you up. I am calling you forward. This person wants you to disappear from their life because it is easier for them than facing the responsibility of how they treated you. They tell themselves a version of the story where you are too intense, too demanding, too emotional, too sensitive. They distort the truth to soothe their conscience. But I know the real story. I saw every time you calmed your own panic so as not to burden them. I saw every time you held your tongue to avoid a fight. I saw every time you forgave quietly what you had every right to confront. I am the God of justice, and while I may not expose them publicly, I will deal with their heart. I will not allow them to step out of your life without ever facing the weight of their choices in their own spirit. But listen to me, that is not your burden to carry. You do not need to wait and watch their karma. You do not need to stay close just to see what happens to them. Your assignment is not to monitor their consequences, your assignment is to heal, to grow, and to move where I am leading you. Your healing begins with acceptance. Accept that they are not who you hoped they were. Accept that they cannot love you the way you deserve. Accept that it is not your job to convince them of your worth. Accept that sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to walk away from the table where you are no longer being fed. It is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is not pettiness, it is protection. God says, I am not asking you to become bitter. I am not calling you to hate them. I am calling you to release them. Release them from the role they were never meant to permanently occupy. Release them from the fantasy you built with them in your mind. Release them from the power of your daily overthinking. When you release them, you are not losing, you are making space. Space for me to send what is truly aligned. Space for you to rediscover who you are without bending around their indifference. Archangel Michael is placing a sword of truth in your hand. This sword is not for revenge, it is for cutting ties with the lies. The lie that this is the only person who will ever see you. The lie that you are difficult to love. The lie that you must beg for attention to be worthy of it. The lie that you are safer in half-love than alone. Use this sword, my child, and cut them away from the throne of your mind. They are not your God. They are not your destiny. They are not your final chance at love. Your destiny is bigger than the small corner where they tried to keep you. I designed you to walk in rooms where your spirit has room to breathe, where your ideas are heard, where your feelings are honored, where your effort is matched, not exploited. I, God, do not send you into spaces that suffocate you. When you feel like you have to disappear, shrink, silence yourself, or erase your needs just to be tolerated, that is your sign. This is not a godly connection. Hear me, you do not need to chase someone who is praying for distance from you. Let them have the space they desire, for in that same release, you will find space for yourself. You will breathe again. You will laugh again. You will find joy without waiting for their response. You will see that your life was never meant to revolve around the axis of their approval. The name of this person, the one Archangel Michael is warning you about, is not meant to be carved as a wound into your soul forever. I want you to let that name fade from the position of power it held. It may remain as a memory, a lesson, but it must not remain as your definition. You are not the one they didn't choose. You are the one I, God, have chosen, loved, anointed, and destined for greater things. I am restoring your identity piece by piece. I am returning to you the self-respect that was eroded by repeated disappointment. I am returning to you the confidence that slipped away while you waited to be affirmed. I am returning to you the joy that was drained out of your days as you checked your phone, hoping to be seen. I am breathing life back into the places that felt numb because of how long you have been emotionally ignored. Archangel Michael whispers now into your heart, stand up. Stand up from the floor where you cried their name. Stand up from the bed where you lost sleep replaying their words. Stand up from the silence where you swallowed your feelings. Stand up from the waiting room of their indecision. Stand up, not in anger, but in holy clarity. You deserve better because God says you deserve better. God says, I am protecting you from conversations you cannot hear, from thoughts you cannot read, from plans they are making that do not include you. You feel like you are losing something, but you are actually being rescued. I will not allow you to build your future on foundations that are already crumbling in secret. I would rather break your heart for a season than watch your life be shattered for a lifetime. This is why this message comes with such urgency. This is why Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you through signs, feelings, and now these words. Time is precious, my child. Every day you stay entangled where you are not truly wanted is a day you could spend stepping into the fullness of who I created you to be. You were not born to live half awake, half loved, half seen. You were born to shine, to love deeply and be deeply loved in return. So now, take a deep breath. Place your hand over your heart. Feel it beating. That heartbeat is proof that I am not finished with you. That heartbeat is more powerful than their absence. That heartbeat is more important than their opinion. As long as your heart is beating, I am writing new chapters for you. I am aligning new connections, new friendships, new opportunities, and yes, new love that does not wish you away but draws you closer. Forgive them, even if they never apologize. Forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Release them from the debt of explanations they never gave you. Release yourself from the role of detective, always trying to figure out what went wrong. Some things you will never fully understand, and that is okay. Understanding is not required for healing. Surrender is, I am walking with you into a future where you no longer have to beg for emotional crumbs. Where you no longer wonder, do they want me here? Because my presence in your life will be a constant assurance that you belong. There will be people I send who recognize your worth immediately. They will not flirt with your feelings and then vanish. They will not enjoy your attention but dread your expectations. They will come with hearts that are ready, not hearts that are running. Until then, I am enough for you. I, your God, am your comfort in this separation. I am your friend in this loneliness. I am your healer in this heartbreak. I am your guide in this transition. I am your anchor when your emotions feel like waves. I am holding you while you let go of the one who wanted you to disappear. But I have decided, you will not disappear. You will rise. Archangel Michael stands guard as you make this decision in your heart. Choose yourself as I have chosen you. Not in selfishness, but in sacred alignment. Choose your peace. Choose your worth. Choose your future. Choose to walk away from any space where your existence feels like a burden. The one who wanted you to disappear will one day realize what they lost, but by then, you will be too far into your healing, too deep in your purpose, too wrapped in love, to ever want to go back. This is my message to you: you are not disappearing. You are being delivered. You are not rejected. You are being redirected. The name of the person who wanted you gone will fade, but my name over your life will remain. I am the one who is writing a new story for you now, and this time, it will not be built on the fragile desire of someone who wished you away, but on the unshakable love of a God who is determined to see you whole, cherished, and free.